All right, real quick. I went over a little spiel yesterday. I'm going to try to change it up a little bit. Some of the stuff I forgot, but hit the main points. So basically, we're starting a new chapter. We're going to do some passing. And then after we get comfortable with the pass, then I'll teach how to defend that particular pass. So we're working top and bottom right now. But we're going to be focusing with the passing on pressure passing. So the whole point of the little spiel yesterday was basically, I think pressure passing is better than the speed passing, the outside passing, staying inside, getting tight, keeping pressure on people. And if you have a worry that you're small, so you should be doing more speed passing, I think that's incorrect too. I think maybe a teeny tiny percentage of people will do better with the speed passing, but overall most people are going to be better with the pressure passing. It's way more technical than people think, and I can prove that by like putting Abby in a good spot already with someone much bigger than her, and they're not going to be able to escape, at least not easily, or she could finish a pass, something along those lines. So that's just to prove the point that it's way more about technique than size. But obviously, physics, if you're bigger, you're going to have a little bit more pressure. And the idea, I didn't say this as much yesterday, but when I pressure pass, maybe I did mention it, I'm thinking the whole time, no matter what they do, if they push me off of, so whenever you're pressure passing, you're going slow and you're cooking something, some particular muscle that you're putting pressure on that they're using to defend. So if they explode and bump me off, my reaction is going to be try to hurry up and get right back there. I want to keep that like lactic acid building up and keep the pressure on. And if my opponent does move me so much that I got to change the position, I want to hurry up as fast as I can, find the next spot to put pressure on, and start and just go ahead, because it's like a timer. Like the quicker you start, the quicker you're going to get the pass. So I just think the whole time, how do I keep pressure? How do I keep pressure? Any of those big explosions, if you take a second and you're like, all right, and you reset, like that's all that time they're recovering. So the pressure passing is the moment you start, try not to stop at all. Like that should be your thought process the whole time you're doing the pressure pass. I think that's all on my spiel. Got that? This is also, one more little thing, this is also like timeless jiu-jitsu, or some might call it old school, but it's been updated obviously, but this stuff never gets old. And the thing is, like, you lose your athleticism first as you age, and they always say, at least with men, we lose our strength last. So I think this is a great investment, because this is more of a strength type passing than speed and agility and athleticism. So if you start this younger and already put in like 10 years as you're young doing this, think about how good it's going to be by the time you do hit 30 or 35, and you've already got all that experience instead of switching now to pressure passing and then not throwing it away, but it's a completely different style from all that stuff before. Does that make sense? So this is also the investment I'm making with my kids too. The kids that train, I'm bringing them up with more pressure passing than speed passing. But with all that said, we'll start with the first one we did yesterday. So passing, this is basically both types of passing, but you always start and you start connecting and chaining your way, and you're moving up the body to get the pass. So we just started with the basic over-under yesterday. I've taught this before, but this is, I've said it before also, my first like 5 or 6 years of jiu-jitsu. I got this cauliflower ear on this side because all I did was this one pass. It just worked. It always worked, so I kept doing it. So we're just going to come in here, find a way. I'll let you guys kind of play with this a little bit, especially the more upper belts, but find a way in to forcing them to like a half guard. So I've been working this one. I usually do this, but I've been working this a little bit now, like putting pressure on the inside of both knees and coming here. This kind of combos really nicely to both sides, so just throwing that out there. And then so pinching my knees on the knee or above, or if I'm not exactly there, once I get up in the air, I adjust. So over, under. This one I like outside of the knee right here, and I forgot to mention this yesterday, but make sure I'm not leaving this elbow flared out where they can shoot a Kimura. I want to keep this elbow to my ribs here. This underhook, 4 fingers in the pants, or if they have the belt on right there, I'm going to look towards his feet. So my ear is going to be on him here, and my shoulder is going to be basically like where my knee on belly would be here. And from here, I get on my toes, pinching my knees. And so now off of my knees, a lot of weight drives into his stomach right here. I'm going to tiptoe so I can keep my knees pinched, going towards his other foot here. Once I get here, I kick back far, punch with this hand, bring my knee in, shelf his legs, move my left arm up. I like the belt right here. And then, like I said yesterday, bring this elbow over first, collect his legs and his hips right here before I move on. Because when I try to pass like this, I get kind of stuck by my own arm being under his leg right here. So here first, and then you can proceed however you want to finish. So I usually will go here and come up to a knee on belly, but you got side control. Or if you shoot under the arm means you want the back here. Over the arm means you want side control. So, so coming in here, pinch, trapping. Off my knees, walk, kick back. Closing my elbows in here. And I like to give myself space right here so I can bring my knee in. That's my favorite way to do it. Yeah, I just close my elbow and then make a grip wherever, usually the belt. If they have the belt on, just thumb in the belt and close my elbows tight. Any other questions? All right, appreciate it. Ready?